Leaders are clashing in the federal agencies that oversee America's healthcare system.
The Department of Health and Human Services says they are firing the head of the Centers for Disease Control less than a month now into her tenure. Her lawyers, however, say she is staying put, although today she was escorted from the premises.
At least 4 other top CDC officials have resigned. NBC's Peter Alexander takes a look at the chaos.
A stunning standoff at America's leading public health agency. The head of the Centers for Disease Control, Dr. Susan Monarez, refusing to leave as the White House tries to fire her amid an overnight wave of high-profile departures at the agency. It comes less than a month after Monarez, a Trump appointee, was confirmed for the job.
I will ensure all recommendations are backed by publicly available gold standard science.
The Department of Health and Human Services announced Monarez was no longer CDC director yesterday. But Monarez's lawyers initially said she was not told she was fired and would not resign, adding she chose protecting the public over serving a political agenda. For that, she has been targeted. Overnight, a White House spokesman saying because Monarez refused to resign, the White House has terminated her from her position. Late Wednesday, 4 other high-ranking CDC leaders, including some of the agency's top infectious disease experts, did resign their posts amid clashes over vaccine policy under HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vocal vaccine skeptic.
Doctors are being paid to vaccinate, not to evaluate. They're pressured to follow the money, not the science.
In an email obtained by NBC News, one of the officials that resigned emphasizes that the rise of misinformation about vaccines during the current Trump administration has cost lives. Kennedy yesterday announced changes to how Americans get COVID vaccines, the FDA approving a new round of shots for the fall, but for a limited group, adults 65 and older, along with high-risk patients, meaning this fall and winter, those new shots may be more difficult to obtain, including for children, and may not be covered by insurance for many Americans. One of the officials who resigned at the CDC highlighting Kennedy's stance on the COVID vaccine, writing, "The intentional eroding of trust in low-risk vaccines will bring us to a pre-vaccine era where only the strong will survive, and many, if not all, will suffer."